Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. A Big Ten showdown is coming. Conference implications aplenty that could resonate for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Penn State Nitany Lions taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Nitany Lions will boot it away to start the game. He'll call for the fair catch here. On first down, here comes this offense. Here's the handoff. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Pulls and throws off the RPO. He was able to reach into his bag of tricks and use it to pick up a few extra yards.
I love early in the game getting my quarterback in there. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
They'll run behind the big guys on the right. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack, all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama built its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get them down.
After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Quarterback empties his backfield.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Well, it just seems like everything is working for the offense on this drive. Another nice game, this time on the ground.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Fast motion from the offense. Touch pass on the run. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they jump on top.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game on concept.
He's going to try his luck from the end zone. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28. They'll throw it on first down. He's going to go for a big one. And it's caught inside the 30. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. What a tough break for the defense. You get a hand on the football, and they still make a big play.
Man, how difficult is that? The ball is deflected. To be able to keep your eyes on the football, continue to concentrate from a fortuitous bounce, Reese. A nice break to him. Makes the catch, makes the big play down the field.
He's going to run it. He stepped out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed into the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
Caught in the backfield. It's Kane. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Nitany Lions! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Splits those uprights right in half. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes that Alabama offense. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react to getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Moving away from pressure. Firing to the right, complete. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They'll leave it with him. At midfield, he's got room. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. First and 10 from the 39. Pass to sticks and still on his feet. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Alabama!
He took off and got it. The quarterback made the read quickly. You could tell he wanted to take off with the football. And how dangerous is he that he just started chewing up yards and running away from the defense. Nice run by the quarterback.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Florida is down right now inside the swamp, but this young man under center today has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in Gainesville today. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Pittsburgh. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Nitany Lions going back to work on offense now. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. He's going to pass. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Hey, listen, quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trusting your playmakers outside to push the field, stretch it vertically, and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick.
And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! And the point after is good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the points come in a lightning strike, a 70-yard touchdown pass. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Fair catch, called for and made. Tide offense rolls onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Using the quick game. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Makes the grab, and he's got the first. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. He needs to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
They'll go to work on 2nd down after doing damage on the ground. The running back has it.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job game tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Keeps it on the bootleg. It's complete on the right side. Just ran him over. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. The Tide trying to pay off this red zone trip.
3 and 25.
They'll go to the ground. Bulldozes him. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Wide receiver shows motion. Gets it out quickly. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a win.
And on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Zings it complete to the right. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. The quarterback sneak, looking to eke out a few yards. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Quarterback keeps it on the sneak. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Third and goal, where defensive coordinators have to make a stand. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown Tide!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He'll be out of bounds at the 36-yard line after a solid return. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. In modern college football, Jesse, if there's time, there's an opportunity to attack.
And I like them being aggressive here too, guys. Look, they practice this all week long. Now you're in that situation to go out there, have some...
Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42.
That's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Now on second and short. He's looking to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. Ball's out! And they put it on the deck, but it gets out of bounds to avoid the turnover. If this were a wider field, like maybe in Canada or something, that might have been a turnover.
And they could have turned it into a rouge, eh? I mean, this was a great chance by the defense here. I just love the fact that they are flying around and trying to dislodge the football from these ball carriers.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll play it safe and try for 3. And he'll envision the ball flight as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards out. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Comes out throwing on first down. Going deep. He's got it down the left. Boy, he almost finished his half with a bang, and are they lucky to get him stopped. They're eager to head to that dressing room right now. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. We're ready to get it started here in the second half. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Nitany Lions going back to work on offense now. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here.
Got a lot of running room. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Makes the grab on the left. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
That had to be a coverage bust because there's no way one of the best receivers in the country was that wide open. Somebody on defense wasn't where they were supposed to be. They had their eyes in the wrong place. That should not happen ever.
Wants to throw on first down. Going for it all. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Nitany Lions. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, a couple of ranked teams having at it this week, and take a look at what's going down. Notre Dame is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Joe Montana, this might not be over yet. They're trailing by 11 to UTSA. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes that Alabama offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a high level.
They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good passer. Tua Tagovailoa, really good passer. More about the passing game, explosive passing plays. So they'll do whatever it takes to win.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wide out in motion. Red pass, it's complete. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
That quarterback putting his face in the fan, I love it. Coming up quickly, making a tackle in space.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Running back goes in motion. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. And it'll be down right there.
And That is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Gives him a little more breathing room, a 3-yard gain out to the 7.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. He unleashes a long one. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football. No PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Nitany Lions will send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He gets it away from his own end zone. Slips through the line. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
He finally goes out of bounds after the explosive play, but now the question is, did the official see something to bring it back? Okay, ready? Offense breaks the huddle. It's third down. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Coming up, fourth down. That's the end of the third quarter. And after three, we're all tied up.
Going for it on fourth down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
He wants to throw. Looking for a deep man. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll go right back to him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Oh, and the attempt is no good. After the miss, here in the fourth quarter, still deadlocked.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Quick strike complete. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And that's just a great individual effort by the wide receiver. He catches this ball way short of the sticks, but because he's able to make the defender miss, now he's able to get the extra yards and turn that into an explosive play.
Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's third and short. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Makes the catch past the sticks. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. I love the bootleg call on fourth down because even if you know it might be coming, you have to respect the fake.
Yeah, and you don't know where the launch point's going to be. So you're going to blitz, but then now they move the pocket, and it becomes hard because you got to get a moving target. Nice job by the offense.
Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, Bama! They've got the lead here in the fourth.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback, finding the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. They're just about ready to kick it away. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Penn State sends sends the offense back onto the field. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He's going to let it go. Makes the grab down the left side. Afterburners coming. Touchdown, Penn State! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. Lining up to add another. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Notre Dame has the lead currently, but it hasn't come easy for the Golden Domers. They're in a tight one right now. They're up by 4 over UTSA. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. They'll run it to the right side. At the 35, he's open. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. He's going to take off. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Defense is all about creating negative plays. And he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside. David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Finds his tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come up.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. I think you got to try to win it here. Don't run the risk of going to overtime. Handoff to the single running back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Ball's at the 26. It's 3rd and short, and they'd love to pick up the first down and avoid settling for the field goal. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Tie game here late in the fourth. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on 4th down. Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
Late in the game, as a coach, you're trying to find something that will work. And how about the big fella, the tight end, comes up huge. You needed a play, you found him, and he delivered.
They'll need to be very sound here. Limit this return and put this game in the hands of their defense to salt it away. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Nitany Lions going back to work on offense now. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
And I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I watch the defense, and if they're going to drop back and play real conservative like they tend to do late in the game, let's get a few shots over the middle first before we have to take that deep shot.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. This time on target. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. Fourth quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
They're trying to get to it. Turns it on in midfield. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Looking to go up top on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Open space at the 25. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the 1-2, and he's got a first down. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Now improvising. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Well, it's the fourth quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked on.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the end zone. And that ball is picked off. And he's down, and this game will end on a turnover. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays, and these guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.